Yes, Vavas. Let us complete that chapter, right? Inshallah. So till where we did? Klinefelter, Turner, right? Okay. Now I think we can go for sickle cell anemia, hemophilia, and phenylketonuria. Okay. With that, this chapter will be concluded, and just tell others also. Okay. Tell others also that we can conclude this chapter. Remaining other one, whenever you have any difficulty, kindly get back to me. Okay, any area which in that chapter which is available in the chapter, get back to me. I'll clarify it. Don't worry. Okay. So coming to Mendelian disorders, we can have either recessive or dominant. All right. So if it is a dominant disorder, what does it mean? For example, it will be because of presence of a dominant gene. If it is a recessive disorder, it's because of absence of a dominant gene, or both the recessive genes are taking control of the disease. So basically, hemophilia, one more case is there, dominant or recessive, along with that, sex linked or not sex linked, right? Sex linked is called allosomal. Not the one linked to sex is called autosomal. So autosomal and allosomal is also there. So in case of hemophilia, it is what? Just take page number 89. Hemophilia. Okay. What are the major points? It is sex linked recessive. Okay. Sickle cell anemia, autosomal recessive. Phenylketonuria, autosomal recessive. So these are the three major ones which is covered in the book. So hemophilia is sex-linked recessive. What do you mean by that? Sex-linked recessive. That means the disease is caused by sex-linked gene, X or Y. It goes through X or Y gene. That's why it is called sex-linked gene. Okay, then uh, autosomal means what? The first 22. Okay, not the 23rd one. First 22 chromosomes causes autosomal, and the 23rd one is affected. That's called sex linked. By the way, sex linked always shows, from grandfather to son to grandfather to daughter to grandson pattern. Grandfather, daughter, carrier daughter to grandson pattern, and that specific pattern is called criss cross inheritance. Remember that term, okay? That's required, very much required. What is it called? Crisscross. Okay, so that is a specific, phenomenon of sex-linked inheritance, criss-cross inheritance. So hemophilia is because of what? It's also called, what are the major points of hemophilia? Also called royal disease or bleeders disease. Bleeders disease, not that point. That's also another name. And the disease is quite common in Queen Victoria's family pedigree. That's why it's called royal disease. The disease is basically because of lack of a particular enzyme causing blood clotting. There are so many enzymes, and so many major requirements are there for blood clotting. Okay, so out of these many proteins, if one is missing, what will happen? That particular clotting mechanism will not occur, and the blood will continuously leak out, and the person has to face serious consequences. Such a condition is called what? Hemophilia. So the details of the clotting factors and all are not in class 12 book, so you don't have to worry about that. But remember, missing a clotting factor is the reason behind hemophilia, and that happens basically for male and very less for female. Okay, so why male is been affected? Because sex linked ones goes from grandfather to carrier daughter to grandson. So in order to get a female with this disease, father should be the disease and mother should be a carrier. And God's grace, females should not get the disease. Why? Because every month female will have their monthly cyclic blood flow. So if this disease is there, they will have large amount of consequence. They cannot even reach the maturity. After maturity, they have to face these consequences. So that's a danger behind hemophilia. Coming to what the next one, sickle cell anemia, the pinpointed question that you have to learn is, what is the point mutation happened in it, right? GAG becomes GUG, isn't it? See the letter GAG in messenger RNA became GUG. So instead of glutamic acid, the at the sixth position of the globin chain, instead of glutamic acid, which one comes? Valine comes. Okay, so that makes the difficulty. So what are the major symptoms? When a sickle cell anemic patient gets into oxygen deficient area like the top of a hill or mountain, when oxygen, the partial pressure of oxygen is less around, he breathes less amount of oxygen, and that might result in what? Changing the RBCs into sickle shape. So that's why it's called sickle cell anemia. Such people, when they go to low oxygen tension, they will become suffocated, and serious consequence can develop. Okay, so the reason is because of what? Recessive genes HbA and HbS, right? So sickle cell anemia is coming under which category? As we discussed, sickle cell anemia is autosomal recessive. Okay, so that is not sex linked. When we write hemophilia, we have to XH and XH like this. You can write hemophilia. Why we write these letters? Because it is sex linked. Sex linked disease should be written by X and Y. X, Y, and hemophilic. So Y chromosome is only keep about keeping the gene for the disease. Okay. So the recessive hemophilia means what? The small letter Y. Small letter hemophilic. So capital letter H means normal. So this is what disease the gene. And now this is what, suppose this mummy and this dad have a child. What will happen? This is normal. This is normal. This is hemophilic. So this boy can get hemophilia, whereas this girl is normal, isn't it? So that is how we can go ahead with what? Hemophilic. Now X chromosomes, when they give what the chromosomes, the female case. Okay, wait, let us go to what? Instead of that, let us go to sickle cell anemia's case. There we should never write what? X or Y, because it is not sex linked, it is autosomal. So HB is the hemoglobin A, HbA, HbA normal, HbA, HbS carrier, HbS, HbS deceased. So these are the three conditions that we can understand under what? Sickle cell anemia. This is disease one, this carrier one, this is normal person. Okay, so sickle cell anemia is the best example for autosomal recessive, GAG changing to GUG. Identify that point. Then comes phenylketonuria, autosomal recessive because of the lack of an enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. What is the name? Phenylalanine hydroxylase. This enzyme only make this disease happen. And this is another example for pleiotropy, because that is a sequence of what events happening. And if phenylketonuria is there, the next level alkaptonuria, albinism, so many what things are there going to happen. One particular gene causing many effects. So this is an example for pleiotropy also. Done. So guys, this chapter only we have just cleared right now. Let me know. You kindly text me, okay? Let me know what we can do with the other chapter. Now today is Friday. You revise the other chapter. What I suggest for the molecular basis of inheritance chapter, I thought of what just discussing some questions only, but unfortunately the time is very late. I need to proceed right now. So other chapter, identify your areas which you want me to explain and get back to me with a message. I will come back and take up another live maybe at evening or something like that. Only doubts, okay? Doubts only we'll clarify, because at that time you are preparing for exam tomorrow, so there is no time to sit and study new things. Whatever doubt area that you have in that chapter, text me over the chat box and then I will explain them for you. Okay. So inshallah, hopefully evening sometime I'll text you and make you get into the stream. Till then, bye bye. Revise this chapter perfectly and get the best marks. Okay. Do text me. Those who don't have the number, kindly collect it from the friends and text me and get back to the other one. Okay. Take care. Bye bye. Let me have my breakfast now. Bye bye.